Rahul Batmu Dad.
Rahul Bat, Sawal.
So, I'm going to ask you a couple questions about the lunar eclipse.
Okay.
I'm going to start off with...
The lunar eclipse? Okay.
I'm going to start off with... What is the lunar eclipse?
The lunar eclipse, that's when the moon and the sun aligns perfectly. The moon aligns perfectly with the sun in the sky and the planet Earth. So all three of them will be aligned perfectly, causing a reflection. And being that light travels at 187,000 miles, 272 feet per second, what you call, you have the deflection.
If you looked at the moon over the course of a few weeks, you'd probably notice that it looks slightly different every day. The change in its shadow is based on where the moon is in its orbit. We call this cycle the phases of the moon, and it occurs roughly once a month. At least twice a year, however, something quite different happens. The moon passes through the shadow cast by the Earth, causing it to look extremely unusual for a short period of time. From the Earth, the moon will appear to darken and turn a deep red before eventually returning to normal. This is called a lunar eclipse. If we were to look at what happens from space during an eclipse, it would go something like this. First, the moon passes through what's called the penumbra, where the sun's light is only partially obscured. This results in only a slight darkening of the moon. As the moon continues along its path, however, it enters what's called the umbra, where all direct light from the sun is blocked. But if the sun is blocked, why does the moon turn red? When light from the sun goes by the side of the Earth, it passes through a long and thick layer of Earth's atmosphere. Shorter wavelengths of sunlight, like blue, are scattered by the atmosphere, so by the time the light has finished its trip to the moon, more of the longer wavelengths, like red, are left over. On the Earth, the same thing happens at sunset as the ground you stand on gradually passes into night. As the eclipse ends, the moon leaves the umbra, returns to its normal color, and then leaves the penumbra, brightening and resuming its original cycle. Overall, the whole process lasts only from a few minutes to a few hours, so you'll have to be quick if you want to see it. But, as long as you're willing to stay awake, you'll catch the moon as you won't see it too often.
The lunar eclipse is when the moon aligns perfectly with the sun and the Earth aligns perfectly with the moon, and they're all in perfect alignment. And this red moon, or this blood moon, that's supposed to happen tomorrow on July 27, 2018, is in accordance with certain scriptures, the book of Revelations, the book of Job, where it talks about the blood moon and the sun being the color of sackcloth, and it talk about the blood moon. These are different prophecies, but this lunar eclipse is not going to take place in the United States and North America. It will be Europe that will mostly experience it. Europe and Asia, and it will be totally visible from London, especially from the Gherkin building. The Gherkin building is a pickle-shaped building in London. That building was built in like 2003, and it's said to have been built for Pickleman. Pickleman is a ET, that came to the planet. They have him in certain cartoons like Dragon Ball Z and things like that. Reptilian with the green skin, you know what I mean? But this is where the eclipse will be visible from. This is all in accordance with the prophecy. London Bridge is falling down. You know what I'm saying? These are all a part of the 7 heads of the beast. The beast with 7 heads and 10 horns that it talks about in Revelation chapter 13. This is all prophetic prophecies that are manifested. But there actually will be a solar eclipse that will be in the north of North America on August 11th, 2018, which is this year. Now last year we had a solar eclipse August 21st, 2017. There was one in particular individual involved in the lunar eclipse. You had Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus, in February of 1504, on his 4th voyage, Christos Columbus, as he was on a mission as a missionary to spread Christianity. Christopher Columbus. And he had, before he came into the Americas, into America, he came across Jamaica, and he came across our brothers in Jamaica, and he had came across some revelation knowledge concerning a lunar eclipse that was supposed to take place back then. You know, studying the astronomical almanac, as he was was charting the seas with black Shriners, Negroid Shriners. They charted the deserts and the seas, Nubians, right? And so he was trying to bribe the indigenous people of the land, the inhabitants of the land of Jamaica, of that island, right? And see, what happened was he used the lunar eclipse and told the Jamaicans that his God was going to send his wrath on the moon and cause it to be blood red. And when the Jamaicans saw this, not understanding the science behind it, they was afraid. They gave him everything that he had asked for, that he bribed them for, that he lied to them about. And that's how he was able to, get a lot of things from Jamaica. The different trades that they had, that he stole and bribed them to get about his God. So that's some of the information concerning the lunar eclipse. I'm Mantu Hiket Hinu. I'm he who gives praises and offerings. And I'm just here to, drop the science.
And we're closing up.
Follow the leader, the master teacher. To the promised land, join the masses leaving. It's a shortage on the shot for yellow fever. Leader, follow the leader, and you're gonna need your passports and visas. While the Christians still waiting on Jesus, they won't see him when he creep up like a thief come. Leader, follow the leader, to the promised land, join the masses leader.